The Midnight Studio is a fantasy K drama series that is about the main lead. He is bound to a long curse where all the men descendants of his family, you know, pretty much at the age of 35, they have to pass away, and they're during their time on earth they pretty much have to help Ghost, you know, pretty much help them move on with their lives through the Midnight Studio. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another review on the Review Garden. So the story picks up, and the main lead, he is 105 days away from his 35th birthday. So he pretty much, you know, is trying to, of course, stay alive, or he's trying to help as many people as he can. Um, one of the ghosts that he was dealing with, they pretty much burned down the apartment that he was living at, and she got angry. I think they kept calling her like the virgin ghost, because she's never been kissed, and she never held the hand of a man, right? So that was her last wish, and he couldn't do it because, like, as he was walking her down the aisle, like, she was all like perfect, quote, perfect. And then as he was about to kiss her, it's like she transformed into, how she looked after she was dead. So he got creeped out, and he was like, no, no, I can't do this. I can't do this. I can't kiss her. So she got pissed off, and she set fire to his house. Well, it wasn't really his house, he was renting it. So then the landlord kicked him out. So he had to find a new place to live. Now, come this other girl, she's a lawyer, and she's quote renting the place from her grandma. But her grandma wants her to pay rent. But she's been so down on her luck, like she was fired 3 years ago for something, and she hasn't been able to get a job since then. So her grandma kicked her out, and her grandma saw, the main lead, and she was like, oh, well, because he was talking to someone about needing a place to stay, and the grandma runs like a little shop, like it could be like a food truck, right? And she sells different things like snacks type of thing. So she sells like taboki, stuff like that. So she was like, I can help you. So she brought him all the way up the hill to where the girl was living, and she took the girl stuff out, and she's renting it out to him right now. So this is like episode one and two. So she kicked him out. So she comes home, and she sees like her stuff outside, and the grandma's like, you weren't paying the bills, you weren't doing anything, so you know you're out. And he's in, but she has nowhere to go. So luckily she had a tent, and she is currently staying outside of his apartment. So the thing is, he could see ghosts, right? He could see ghosts. He sees like the bad ones, the ones that want to like kill him and stuff like that. But then he also sees the good ones, the desperate ones that, you know, are scared and want to um try to figure out what is happening, like navigate through the whether it's the l- land of the living and the land of the dead, right? So each ghost that comes through the Midnight Studio, they have 3 days to pretty much um, finish a finish something that they wanted to accomplish. So it seems so far that every episode they're going to be taking care of a different ghost. In episode one, it was about the woman who her husband got in an accident and she was pretty much taking care of him, but she had like a moment of she couldn't do this anymore. So she was about to while he was in the hospital, she was like feeding him, all that stuff. But there was a moment where she was about to suffocate him with the pillow, and he was awake, but he closed his eyes, and he she couldn't do it, but he saw that, right? So when she ran out of the room, not being able to continue putting the pillow on his face, he took it upon himself to pretty much unalive himself, right? Because he saw the burden that it put on her. Then she went ahead and said that she's the one who killed him and whatnot. So it was up to Mr. So to, help the ghost free his wife. So he met up with her and, pretty much told her, like, hey, he's waiting for you and stuff like that. So when he brought her to the studio, the first shot that he takes with the camera allows the living to see the dead person. And then the next shot that he takes, then the spirit can move on, right? So this is like a way for the living and the dead to say their final words, type of thing. Second episode was about a little boy. Well, pretty much about two twin boys, and they were one of them passed away, and they pretty much had to navigate that whole thing because they were orphans, so they pretty much had each other, and now one of them is gone. So the other one was pretty much heartbroken, and actually being able to get both of them together in the in the studio, it was hard, you know um but they were able to get through it, and the little boys said goodbye to each other. Well, one of them said goodbye. The other one thinks the one that's still alive thinks that you know that eventually he's gonna come back. But it seems to me though that at first he thought that the girl can the female lead, like she can see the ghost, but it seems like she can't. She's not able to see ghosts, but something about her, there's like this energy about her that she is able to get the evil ones away from him. But I will say, like, when they were all in the park um by the grandma's truck, and that's when he realized that they were twins. um I'm pretty, I don't know, there's something about the grandma. I'm pretty sure she could see the ghost. I don't know, but I think she could see the ghost of the little boy, because she was like looking Like, I'm like, I don't know. I think she knows. So at the end of episode 2, he pretty much realized that when she saved him from those ghosts because they were trying to kill him, they were trying to get the camera. So when they realized that, when she saved him, he pretty much realized that there was a shield that she was forming around him. So I think this is what, because in the description of the show, they were like they were gonna join forces, and that's pretty much going to be the way she picks up her business, and start making some money. Is he's going to be helping the dead, and I guess it's gonna make, with her being incorporated, it's gonna make it easier to solve these cases you know for both the living and the dead. And this wraps up our journey on the Review Garden. Thank you for joining me today as we explored this drama. If you enjoyed this reaction and review, please remember to subscribe for more insightful videos. Don't forget to like this video and share your thoughts in the comments below. Your feedback helps our channel grow. As always, I'm truly grateful for your support and for joining me on this journey on the Review Garden. Until next time, and happy listening. Bye.